Hey everyone, my name is Prajakta and today we are going to learn one of the basic yet important topic in chemistry, that is derivation of chemical formula. So students, what is a chemical formula? A chemical formula is used to represent a substance using the symbols of its elements. It tells us the number of atoms of each element in a compound. For example, water. Students, the chemical formula for water is H2O. This means that by looking at the chemical formula, we come to know the elements present in the given compound. So by looking at the chemical formula, we come to know that in water, we have hydrogen and we have oxygen as the elements. And it also tells us the number of atoms of each element. So again, by looking at the chemical formula, we come to know the number of atoms. For example, formula of water is H2O. This indicates that there are two atoms of hydrogen and there is no number after oxygen, which indicates that there is only one atom for oxygen. So a chemical formula gives us information about the elements and also the number of atoms of each element present in a compound. So now students, you must be wondering, why only two hydrogen and one oxygen? Why not some other number, isn't it? Now these numbers, they depend upon this concept, that is valency. Valency is termed as the combining capacity of an atom. Means how one atom combines with another atom is nothing but valency. And this is nothing but the number of electrons of an atom in an element and how many number of electrons an atom has gained, it has lost or shared to complete octet. Now I'll explain you all this with the help of an example. For example, we have this atom sodium. For sodium students, the atomic number is 11. If the atomic number is 11, this means that there are 11 electrons present in the atom of sodium. So, let us draw the shells present in the atom of sodium for a better explanation of this concept. Yes, so students, I am drawing the shells here for sodium atom. In the center, we have the nucleus. And the electrons, they are present around the nucleus in fixed orbits. Students, the maximum capacity of the first shell is 2 electrons. We have total 11 electrons for sodium. Out of this 11 electrons, 2 will be present in my first shell. Brilliant. Now, how many number of electrons are remaining? Yes, 2 electrons already we have drawn in the first shell. Out of 11, 2 is already gone. How many more? 9. Brilliant. So now these 9 electrons will go in the remaining shells, out of which the second shell has the maximum capacity of 8 electrons. So let me draw these 8 electrons one by one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Chalo. Again, in the first shell, maximum number of electrons 2. In the second shell, the maximum number of electrons are 8. So how many electrons are remaining for sodium? Sodium has 11 electrons, out of which we have drawn 8 plus 2, that is 10 electrons. So only 1 electron is left, which will occupy the third shell. Yes, so this is how an atom of sodium looks like. Now students, to complete the octet means 8 electrons. So to complete the octet, this sodium will give away this 1 electron. It will give away the electron present in the last shell, also called as the valence shell or the outermost shell. So when the sodium will give away 1 electron, that time what will happen? It will get 8 electrons in the outermost shell. Yes, and as it will get 8 electrons in the outermost shell, sodium will become a stable atom. Yes, so students, after giving 1 electron, this sodium, it becomes sodium, that is Na plus. It acquires a positive charge, that is, it becomes an ion, or to be more specific, it becomes cation. So students, sodium, as it gives 1 electron, to complete the octet, the valency for sodium is 1. Okay, why 1? Because it is giving 1 electron to complete the octet. Octet means 8 electrons must be present in the outermost shell. So once sodium gives away this electron, yes, now how many electrons are present in the outermost shell? 8. And this is how sodium will become stable. So this was for sodium. Let us take one more example for a better clarity. Now let us take the example of chlorine. Same thing students. Chlorine, the atomic number is 17. This means it has 17 electrons in its atom. So again, let us draw the atomic structure for chlorine. Let us indicate with the help of a diagram. Again, chlorine has 3 shells present. 17 electrons, nucleus in the center. Out of which first shell, how many electrons will be present? 2. Brilliant, because the maximum capacity of the first shell is 2. Very good. Now for the next shell, that is the second shell, what is the maximum capacity? 8. So how many electrons we will be drawing in the second shell? It is 8. Perfect. 5, 6, 7 and 8. So total how many electrons did we draw? Again 8 plus 2, that is 10. But for chlorine, how many electrons are present? 17. जिसमें से we have only drawn 10 electrons. So how many more are remaining? Brilliant. 7 electrons more, which will occupy the third shell. So 7 electrons we have drawn for chlorine in the third shell, also called as the outermost shell, also called as the valence shell. Now students, the same octet rule. So what will this chlorine do to complete its octet? That is 8 electrons must be there in the outermost shell. Yes, it will take 1 electron or it will gain 1 electron because it already has 7 electrons. So taking 1 electron, it will have 8 electrons in the outermost shell and hence the octet will be completed for chlorine and chlorine will get converted into Cl minus ion or also called as anion. Right? Yes. So again, as it is gaining or as it is taking 1 electron, the valency of chlorine is 1. So this was the concept of valency, that is the combining power. How an atom, when reacting with other atom, it takes or it gives or shared electrons is valency. Depending upon that, we have this table in front of you. Students, now these valencies are for different atoms present. For hydrogen, it is H plus, means the valency is 1. The charge here is plus 1, but when we write valency, we do not use the sign. Sign means plus minus हम use नहीं करते हैं, हम सिर्फ use करते हैं number. So the valency of hydrogen is 1. Let us go to other example. For lithium, the valency is again plus, means there is no number and hence it is 1. For magnesium, it is plus 2, means the valency is 2. For iron, iron has multiple valency. Iron 2 has the valency 2. Iron 3 has the valency 3. Iron 2 is also called as ferrous. Ferrous, we put the suffix as us, and iron 3 has the suffix ic. So we call it as ferric. The name is ferric and ferrous. Similarly, for anions, for chloride, it is minus, means the valency is 1. For sulfate, it is 2 minus, so the valency is 2 and so on. So students, take a screenshot of this table as this is very important to derive the chemical formula. So we are going to begin by deriving the ionic formula of sodium chloride. Students, here I have used the word ionic formula because sodium chloride, like we have seen, that it forms ions. Sodium, it forms sodium, that is Na plus ion, and chloride, that is chlorine, it forms Cl minus ions. So as the formation of ions is taking place to form sodium chloride, we also call it as the ionic formula. So now let us understand this step by step, starting with the first step. In the first step, we have to write the symbol of the elements present. So the elements now, with the help of the name, we come to know. It is sodium chloride. Means the elements that are present are sodium. So we write the symbols. The symbol of sodium is Na. And chloride. Chloride is nothing but chlorine. So again write the symbol here, that is Cl. So this was our first step, writing the symbol of the elements. The second step says to write the valency below the symbol. So just now we have learned the valency of sodium is 1. The valency of chlorine is also 1. Sodium, it gives 1 electron, whereas chlorine, it takes 1 electron. Next, we have to swap the valencies. So we are going to swap. The meaning of the word swap, also called as crossing the valencies, means whatever valency is for sodium, we will write it for chlorine. So here the valency of sodium is 1. So we write 1 for chlorine. Whatever valency is for chlorine, we write it for sodium. So again for chlorine it is 1. So we write that same number for sodium. So we are swapping the valencies. Next is we have to simplify the valencies if possible. So if simplification is possible, only then can we simplify. But here for this example, no need to simplify because already it is in the simplest form, that is 1. And the fifth step is to write down the chemical formula. So everyone just listen carefully, how do we write the chemical formula. So we write the symbol first, that is Na, and whatever the number is, now for sodium the number is 1. So whatever is the number, we write it as a subscript. Subscript means below the line, okay, below sodium. But here as the number is 1, we usually do not write 1. If it is 2, 3, 4, so on, we write that number. But as the number is 1, we will not write it, but we will keep it as it is. And next, for chlorine, without leaving any gaps, students, this is the chemical formula. So we write Cl. Again for Cl, the number is 1. So for in the subscript, we will not write 1, but we will simply write Cl. So this is the formula of sodium chloride, that is NaCl. So 5 steps. First step, symbol. Second step, valency. Third step, swapping the valencies. Fourth step, simplification if possible. And fifth step, to write the chemical formula. Great. So with this information, let us do some more examples. Again, chalo. Next is magnesium chloride. Next is magnesium oxide. Same steps. The first step is writing the symbol. Symbol of magnesium is Mg. Oxide. Oxide is nothing but oxygen, and the symbol of oxygen is O. Brilliant. So this was our first step. The second step is to write down the valencies. So valency of magnesium is 2. The valency of oxygen is also 2. Brilliant. The third step is to swap the valencies. So we will swap it. Means whatever is for magnesium, we will now write it for oxygen. And whatever is for oxygen, and whatever is for oxygen, we will write it for and whatever is for oxygen, we will write it for magnesium. Brilliant. Now the fourth step we may do here. The fourth step was simplification. Now here the two numbers are, for magnesium it is 2, for oxygen also it is 2. So can we simplify it further? 2 and 2. Yes, we can divide both the numbers by 2 and we will get 2 divided by 2, that is 1, and again 2 divided by 2, that is 1. So this will become the simplest form for the valencies, that is 1 for magnesium and 1 for oxygen. Next we will write the chemical formula. So it is Mg. Again 1 we will not write it in the subscript, and O. Again for oxygen also it is 1, so we don't write 1, and this is the chemical formula of magnesium oxide, that is MgO. Let us proceed ahead. Aluminium bromide. Now students, chalo, let us do it quickly now because the concepts we all know already. Aluminium and bromide means bromine. So it is Br. Brilliant. Next step, valencies. Aluminium valency 3, bromine valency 1. Next step, to swap. So on swapping, the 3 will go to bromine and 1 will go to aluminium. Brilliant. Next step, simplification, but here we cannot simplify it because already it is 1 in the simplest form. So just write down the chemical formula. So it will be Al. Yes, for Al it is 1, so we don't write 1. And the next is Br. For Br, the number is 3. So 3 now we will write in the subscript. So this is the formula of aluminium bromide, AlBr3. The next example, lead nitrate. Again, symbols. Students, you may take the help of that table. So therefore that table is very, very important. Okay. Lead, the symbol is Pb, and nitrate, the symbol is NO3. Brilliant. Next step, valency. For lead, the valency is 2, and for NO3, the valency is 1. Next step, we will swap it. So this will be 1 and 2. Next, we may write the chemical formula because it is already in the simplest form. So for Pb it is 1, so no need to write 1, but NO3 it is 2. So how do we write this now? Because already we have NO3. We write NO3, we put it in bracket and then we write 2. Okay, because this 2 is for the entire ion. Yes, so therefore we indicate it by writing it in the bracket. So this indicates that Pb, how many atoms of Pb, students? 1. Very good. For nitrogen, how many number of atoms? Yes, now this bracket indicates that there are 2 atoms of nitrogen. Brilliant. And for oxygen, how many number of atoms? Now oxygen, it was already O3 and we have written 2. So these two numbers will get multiplied. And hence, the number of atoms of oxygen will become 3 2s are 6. So this information we get by looking at the chemical formula. And one last example, barium sulfate. Chalo, barium, the symbol is Ba. Sulfate, the symbol is SO. 4. Barium valency 2, sulfate valency 2. Next, swap. So you will write 2 and this is also 2. Next step, simplification. Again 2 and 2 we may simplify it as 1 and 1. Brilliant. So the formula for barium sulfate will become BaSO4. Great. So I hope you all have understood this topic of derivation of chemical formula. Students, there are more examples which I will be attaching it in the description. Yes, so kindly solve those examples, and more and more you will practice, the more and more you will be able to derive the chemical formula easily. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you.